Hello, I'm Karen Elgersma in Brentwood at the beautiful Butchart Gardens, and you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV. On today's show, Dan Kahn talks with an artist who has a very interesting perspective of Victoria. All that and so much more on Go Island. I am tiptoeing through the tulips here at Butchart Gardens in Brentwood. What a show right now, Graham. It is such a spectacular sea of color and smells. I can even hear the sounds of birds and running water. Really, spring has sprung and then some here at Butchart Gardens, hasn't it?
Well, it really has, yeah. It's spectacular, the number of tulips that we've got coming up, different heights and different colors. It's just marvelous.
You know, one of the things I love about working for Go Island is I get to come and hang out in beautiful places like this. But I often think that people who live in Victoria forget that Butchart Gardens needs to be visited often because it's always changing. Tell us some of the things that are starring in the Butchart Gardens show as we are in middle May here.
Well, we still have a great variety of tulips. We've had our early ones are over, but we've got extremely long stem tulips that are now in, and they're pushing way above the forget-me-nots, and it's beautiful for that. There's some lovely rhodos that are still out. The azaleas are coming through.
Well, I know one thing that's good for my health. Wandering through Butchart Gardens. May is one of my favorite times of year to come here because I love the tulips. But this doesn't even look like a tulip, Graham, is it?
Oh yeah, they are, and the really interesting thing about these ones is that they're a multi-flowered single stem. So these would be really good in a floral shop to buy, because when you buy by the stem, you end up getting about 4 or 5. So that's a lot better deal.
You get a bouquet.
A bouquet in one.
I love it. Well, that's one of the things that makes wandering through here so fun is there's things that you will discover here that you won't see in a lot of other places. If people want to refer to the different things they're seeing, is there a guide?
If you really want to know what the variety is, take a picture, digital picture, go into the information center, and our plant ID people can tell you exactly
what they are. I love that. Now, have you been down to Victoria's Inner Harbor lately? There's an artist down there that paints pictures of Victoria, but his perspective is very interesting. Dan Kahn with that story. Victoria's Inner Harbor. It's such a great place to get an ice cream, wander through, talk to the artists, talk to the musicians. Another great place to do that, Butchart Gardens. You can get yourself an ice cream or a cup of tea, wander through. There are so many things to enjoy during May. Of course, the tulips, but also there's all sorts of other things that are blooming right now. Tell us a little bit about what's around us right now, Graham.
Well, you see azaleas close in right here, the yellows. There's a dogwood tree just above us with, if you were looking down on it, a complete covering of white flowers. And then behind we have rhododendrons as well, and in other areas in this little forested spot tucked away in the garden.
Oh, it's just so magical here. We have to take a very short break, but please stay with us when we come back. More beautiful surprises right here at Butchart Gardens. And we are gonna visit a nature class in Campbell River. Welcome back to Go Island. We are in beautiful Butchart Gardens. May is such a spectacular season to come here. It's like the colors, the smells, the sounds of the birds. It's just magical. And the blue poppy, I've heard that's incredibly hard to grow.
They're hard to germinate.
Okay.
That's the hard part. The growing is much easier. It's getting them to germinate in the first place.
Man, they're beautiful. Look at that. And of course the lilac trees are out now too, which adds the fragrance as you're walking through.
Yeah, it is very nice.
What are the things that people are going to see when they wander through the sunken garden here, which is just so pretty?
Or some of the hellebores that have got they're still showing,
yes.
and the hostas are looking really interesting. There's all these yellows and greens that are twirled together, and it's nice. You don't just have to look at flowers, you can look at the foliage as well. There's lots to see.
Absolutely, and lots to eat too. I'm already excited about the gelato. Yes, that's right, the Italian Gardens also celebrates gelato. as well as Italian Gardens. Now we're going to head up to Campbell River, where a group of kindergarten students are in a nature class of their own. Well, I feel like I'm in a nature class of my own as I sit here amongst these beautiful flowers at Butchart Gardens under the weeping willow. You know, one of the things that makes this place such a wonderful place to visit, if you're a local, come often, get a season's pass, is that you can really pause and sit down and soak it all up, can't you?
Oh, yeah. So we're doing that right now. Thank you for coming.
I know, benches everywhere. What are these flowers? These are just spectacular.
Yeah, Cineraria, they're called, and this is a newer variety that will withstand a bit more of the heat. You know, in summer, like normally these are really good in a transition period because there's lots of color.
Right.
And then as we move closer into summer, these are finished and come out, but this variety will tolerate more heat. But they do look as if they were put in a pot of dye and it's sucked up like the carnations you can buy at the store, but these are their natural colors.
Oh, I love it. And one of the best things you can do when you're wandering around Butchart Gardens is stop with your smartphone, take a picture, and tweet it. Tweet it to all the people out there who maybe don't have flowers at this time of year. And of course, there was lots of tweeting happening at Social Media Camp 2014. And Meg Cuthbert and I interviewed a couple of the key people, found out what the hottest, latest, coolest trends are in social media. I could Instagram every square foot of this place. It is so beautiful at Butchart Gardens right now. And it's not just the beautiful colors, but it's also the sounds and the smells. Like, listen to the water. That's right, that's the Ross Fountain. Oh, so soothing to the soul. We have to take a very short break, but please go nowhere more here at Butchart Gardens. And we're gonna head to another garden, a princess's garden. So stick with us. Welcome back to Go Island. We are in the beautiful Butchart Gardens, and it's a little spooky right here, Graham, because above us is a what tree?
Well, the Chinese call it a ghost tree. We call it a handkerchief tree, or more commonly a dove tree.
Oh, it's beautiful. It does look a little ghostly. It looks like those little...
I know it'd be good for Halloween.
It would be good for Halloween. Now, as I look around, there's a beautiful garden. You can tell that many gardeners put their love and effort into creating this piece of heaven. But imagine creating a garden with volunteers. Well, the Abkhazia Gardens is a great example of how many hands can create magic. I feel like a little girl when I come to Butchart Gardens, partly because I have such great memories. Coming here, when I grew up in Edmonton, Alberta, we used to come out to Victoria, and I have such fond memories of visiting Butchart Gardens, but it's that kind of place, isn't it?
Oh yeah, there have been people coming here for close to 100 years.
Unbelievable. Now, I've got a nice, beautiful little gelato here, because in the Italian Gardens, don't you even think about it, buddy, in the Italian Gardens, it wouldn't be complete without a little Italian gelato, now would it? Well, Graham, thank you once again for helping spread the word of this beautiful place to all our locals, because sometimes we forget to come and visit and be a tourist in our own hometown. And right now, this is just a wonderful time to come out. And of course, the fireworks start in July, along with the live music. So
It's going to be a rocking summer.
It's going to be a rocking summer. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Karen.
We will see you next time.
Women's clothing provided by Tulip Noir. Casual designer fashions. Men's wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.